Hold up. Let me check my ear, cause you know what? I hear money. Matter of fact, I hear money dripping out your pockets. You know why? Because you want to pay your co-writers taxes. And look, I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to break it down for you, because you better than me, because you so thoughtful that you would take the sync money that you got in, pay me my share, and then cover my taxes. Like, let's do another song together. I'm trying to work with you. But let's go.
When you talk money, I can hear you. I hear money.
What you say now?
When you talk money, I can hear you. You ain't got money, that's a cold blood. When you talk money, I can hear you. I hear money.
I sorta like a bill collector, finance director, like the banks ain't lending out doubt. When you ain't got money, then you start sounding funny, and I just can't hit on my.
Hey, Bubble on deck. I'm your host, Tamara Bubble, aka the I Hear Money Coach, aka the Sync Superstar, and I'm out here bringing it and winging it all 2023 and beyond. Now, if you feeling the content, right? If you feeling it and whatnot, what I'm gonna need from you is a whole 5-star review out here. If you want to see me in action, I'm gonna need you to comment, right? Find a clip of this on social media, and in the comments somewhere, tag me and be like, next time go live. Next time, go live, Bubble. It's real simple. Also, share this episode and tag me. And in your post caption, just put next time, go live. Now, if y'all hype me up, right? If y'all hype me for real, I'm going to come out here and do this show live. Like, I'm going to really turn up. And we're going to have some fun live and in action, right? Okay. This episode is brought to you by 30-Day Sync Superstar Challenge. Visit syncsuperstar.com for more details and to take the challenge. The course starts at the end of this month. Registration closes February 1st. All right. So I created this podcast to bring you some juicy content and strategies to, one, help you save money with your sync business, help you make more money in music licensing, transform your mindset. Okay. I got to break it down to you, and activate your superstar. That's the whole goal and purpose with this. And without further ado, let's get into episode number 1. Stop paying your co-writer tax bill. Okay. Ill? Like ill? We just giving out money like that?
When you talk money, I can hear you. I hear money.
What you say now? You ain't got money, then you start sounding funny, and I just can't hit on my. I keep it moving like the tax collector, like the credit checker, let the whole world pay full price. Then if you ain't got money, then you start sounding funny, and I just can't shake that right.
Hold on. What y'all not finna do? Let me look in the camera. What y'all not finna do is be on some, real quick, disclaimer. You're not finna be on some, oh no, Uncle Sam, no, Mr. Government. Bubble told me I was out here slipping. I was out here paying my co-writer taxes, and what she had said was, like, she had said something about, to the effect of, I don't got to file no taxes. I don't got to pay no taxes, because I paid my co-writer's taxes last year and I filed too late. So this year, I don't owe y'all nothing. No, that's what you're not going to do. Okay. Not going to tell that lie. This right here, let me just put this disclaimer out here. Nothing, anything, nada, nothing, absolutely nothing that I say in any episode of this podcast is all my personal opinion. Okay. This is not no legal advice. This is not no tax advice. This is not no business advice. This is free game, okay? Listen at your leisure. Take advantage if you will, but I need you to know I am not your CPA. I am not your tax professional, okay? I might have a CPA license, but I am not your professional. Don't get it twisted. Now let's continue. All right, so if you received any money from a sync placement and you are not the last person that the money hits, if your hands are not the last person that it goes to, you might be out here paying your co-writer's taxes. I'm just put it out there. We finna go through the steps, and then I'm gonna see how I'm gonna help save you some money. All right. So when I say received money, it could be direct, meaning you got it directly from an ad agency. You landed a sync and you were pitching directly. You got it direct, the money from the ad agency or production house or even a network television show. And then you paid some co-writers, or you split it up based on a split sheet. Or even if you receive money from a sync agent that's repping your music and they got you the placement, and then you received the total amount and had to divvy it up against your co-writers, you still might be out here paying their taxes because you're not the last person that touches the money. Now, if your co-writers are paying you, they might be paying your taxes. So either way, you guys need to tune in and pay attention. Okay. So I do want to say this because each agency is different. But for me, the artists that I rep, even though in the agreement that I have it For Goodness Sake, you guys are responsible. Like when I pay when I pay an artist that I'm repping the sync fee after I take my commission, they're responsible for divvying the money up to their co-writers, and then also responsible for handling the administration. But I try because I'm an artist, and guys, like, this is why I did this podcast up. I'm an artist, so I understand your side of things, and I understand that if I give you the full amount, you're going to have to go file some stuff that you probably don't know that you need to file, and then you're probably going to be paying your co-writers taxes. So at my agency, I do, for the most part, try to get all the co-writers and pay them all directly so that you all just have your money and you're good. Because you guys are paying me to admin for you. You're paying me to pitch your music. When I land a placement, I'm going to get my cut. So I need to be doing the work. I don't mind doing that work because I have to file anyway every year with all the syncs that I get. The thing of it is when an artist has to handle that kind of administrative stuff, they're not thinking like a business. They're thinking like an artist. So they might forget and leave those things undone, unfiled, and be covering the bill. Right? So that's just a little bonus. You know, if you're working with For Goodness Sake, you know what's good over here in these streets. You know, I take care of my artists. But anyway, when you're clearing a record one stop and you're an artist, you're out here pitching in these streets, and you're clearing a record as a one stop, you are receiving 100% the full amount of the sync fee, the all-in sync fee. So that combines both licenses, the master and the sync license, right? And you, thereby, you being the one stop, are responsible for 100% of the taxes. That even when you pay your collaborators their splits. But that doesn't mean that you are liable for it. It means that once you receive all that money, now you have to handle all that admin and pay out people. And then you should be handling the admin and filing so that you are not responsible for your co-writers' taxes. Okay? All right. So now the IRS don't know about your little, oh, we got a one-stop agreement in place. Oh, I collected all the money, but I didn't get to spend it all. I had to pay my co-writers. So they're going to tax you for the full amount. They don't know about your agreement. They don't know about your little plans and your little, money splits and your split sheets and your assignments and all that stuff. You have to let them know. And you file tax forms. You file 1099s to do that. All right. So what you want to do, we're going to do some damage control, right? So let's say you are on the hook for these taxes. You have received 100% of the sync fee, and you have divvied it out to your co-writers. And now the end of the year is here, and you owe money based on the full amount until you fix this situation. So what you want to do is have your co-writers fill out a W-9 or a W-8 BEN, W-8 B-E-N. Okay, let me just preface this. I am USA citizen. This podcast episode and this advice and all this stuff is going to be based on, my situation, right? So if you're domiciled in the U.S., U.S. citizen, and if your co-writers are, you have them fill out a W-9. If you are in the U.S. and your co-writers are domiciled outside of the United States, they need to fill out a W-8 B-E-N, right? And you're legally required, I should say this, to file with the IRS if you've paid them more than $600 total in the year. So if you've been giving them $20 throughout small little syncs that you got, and then at the end of the year it totals up to over $600, you still have to file them. Even if most people with syncs, your sync payments are going to be much higher. Usually most syncs that I pay out are over the $600 threshold just on that one placement. So I'm usually needing the W-9 forms and the W-8 BEN forms usually the first time I pay an artist. And then you're going to file that 1099 with the IRS so that you're not on the hook. I'm trying to save you money. I'm trying to get you off the hook, right? So for me personally, these are the steps that I take to make sure that I'm not paying no co-writers, no collaborators, no artists that I represent, no songwriters that I represent, no producers, whoever. Y'all gonna all cover your taxes, and I'm gonna make sure of it. Okay, so me personally, the first thing you want to do is get a template. That's what I have. I actually created a template that I use every year, and I actually recently uploaded it. It's available at the Sync Superstar Academy. So if you go to syncsuperstar.com and click on all products, you'll be able to see it, 1099 tracking template, right? So now what this template does, and you can just download it from the website. What this template does is that it tracks all of your sync receipts. So the checks that come in, the ACHs that come in, the wires that come in, even if it's cash, each row is for each separate sync so that you're tracking every single sync placement that you get, any money that you come in. So at the end of the year, you'll know your total revenue, your total number of sync placements. It's a good tracker, right? Then it also tracks each co-writer. So you'll list out and include everybody that you've paid money to. On the line, you'll list the placement. In the columns, you'll list the co-writers and what you had to pay back out to them. And then it's going to track each placement and the amount that was paid. So that at the end of the year, all you got to do is look at the totals and you'll be able to see, oh, this one is required. I need to file for them. This one is required. This one's not required. Because the ones that are not required, you can still take the deduction at the end of the year and you don't have to individually file. But the ones that are required, the IRS is looking for it, and you want to make sure you put them on the hook because those are the bigger amounts of money. If it's over $600 that you paid somebody and you don't file, that's deductions you're going to lose out on or that you're going to be paying taxes for. So you definitely want to file what's required and meet the IRS requirements. So yeah. All right. And so after the template, you use that throughout the year. At the end of the year, you look at the top and see who is required and you want to notify your co-writers. This is what you guys are doing. Me, I'm already taking care of this, right? I'm thinking like a business. I don't wait till the end of the year to do this. If I ever have to pay you $600 or more, I'm requesting that W-9 before you get your bread. Before I break bread with you, you're going to give me the paperwork I need so that at the end of the year, I'm not running around trying to collect W-9s and W-8 BENs from everybody. Like, no. Give me my bins. Give me my W-9s now. So, yeah. You do it before the end of the year so that you make sure you get the forms and you have them all ready. And then as soon as it's January 1, you could start filing these, right? Now, the W-9 or W-8 BEN forms, you could just go to irs.gov. And search. They have a search bar. Just type in those forms. It'll pop up. They'll give instructions on how to fill it out. They'll give the actual form that you need to download and provide to your co-writer, or just tell them to download it. And then they'll fill it out, give it back to you. You wait till the end of the year so that you can file it. So first was template. Second was notify the co-writers. The third thing you want to do is electronically file. To do that, I use a website called track1099.com. I love the website actually because you file electronically. They're going to file it with the IRS. So right on a federal level, they'll file all of the ones that are required. They'll file with the states. So you'll meet the state requirements too. And there's 50 different states. So nobody got time to be going to the mailbox and mailing all these different. Just do it electronically. I'm telling you now, I'm going to save you time and money on this play. They deliver the notifications by email to your co-writers. So your co-writers going to know what they got to pay for taxes this year. It's not, just like when you work all year and your company sends a W-2, it's this type of thing, but it's for independent transactions, right? Contractors, people that don't work for you. So they'll deliver by email and notify them. So that's the benefit of this. And so your co-writers can just log in using I think they have to use the last 4 digits of their tax ID, whether that be their social security number or the EIN number if they're a business, right? And they log in and they can accept the filing that you did, and they'll know what they're going to have to pay on their sync taxes from what they received from you. Now, remember, there's people collab with all types of people. So you might have 1099s coming in from 6 or 7 different artists. So there's a lot to keep track of, but all you have to focus on is the money you paid out. Make sure you file those 1099s for anybody that you paid out more than $600 for, right? So you go to 1099.com, right? Track1099.com, excuse me. You want to create an account and you want to set yourself up as a payer. And then you want to click on Track 1099 forms. And so what you're going to do is file a 1099 NEC form that stands for non-employee compensation. And like I said, it's just an independent contractor. Your co-writers are not your employees. So you're not giving them W-2s. You're giving them 1099s. And you're going to use the information that they gave you on the W-9 to fill it out. It'll already have the name, the address, and their social. Or if there was a business and they do business through if they've set up a music business, you're going to use the EIN number, right? So you'll fill that stuff in, and then you'll also put the total amount that you paid, and you'll be able to pull this information off the template. If you use the template that I have, or if you make your own template, do what you got to do. But I'm trying to save you time, right? So if you use my template, go to syncsuperstar.com to get that. But if you make your own, just look at whatever total column you have for each individual person and put that total amount that you paid to them for the year in box 1. And then once you file everything, you'll be able to track who's accepted it, who's received notification, any emails that bounce, you'll be able to go back and correct that. And also what I love about track1099.com, and I guess that's why they named themselves that, you can track the ones that haven't accepted yet. So you can resend out emails to remind them. They see it, they see it, because if you sent them an email saying, hey, I got your money, I want to pay you, they respond to those emails right away. But when you say, oh, hey, this is your IRS document, you're going to have to pay taxes on this amount, they don't want to respond. But it's cool, we got you, because we file it with the IRS anyway, you know what I'm saying? So you're going to be on the hook regardless, right? They'll be on the hook regardless. Let me fix that. They'll be on the hook as long as you file, whether they receive it or not. They'll Track 1099 will attempt to deliver it electronically. And if you can't reach them, maybe they lost access to that email or got hacked or whatever, you can also mail it by mail. So there's a way that it'll get to them, and they're responsible for their taxes. You will have done your part, and you will be able to deduct everything, and you will have made all your required filings with the IRS. Also, one other thing I want to mention is the W-8BEN form for the people that is domiciled outside of the United States. You don't file a 1099 for them. The W-8BEN form just says, these are monies that I'm paying to foreign people that are not citizens of the U.S., and I'm going to take my deduction, Uncle Sam, but I want you to know that I filled out and I got the right information. I have the right documentation to show you that even though I didn't file a 1099, I'm taking my deduction because I paid these people, and this is not taxes that I should have to cover. You go speak to their president. You go speak to their dictator. You go talk to them in their country and figure out what they did with that money. That is essentially what you get a W-8BEN form. You don't file it. You don't do anything with it. You hold on to it. Because if you get audited and they're looking around like, hey, you paid this person in Jamaica $20,000 and you deducted it on your taxes, prove it. You'll have the form. They'll know where to go. They'll know which country to go speak to get their coin. Cool. And the last thing I want to say about this too is the IRS got a deadline on this. Like, they know people are going to start filing their taxes and wanting their refunds and wanting their money back or have to pay taxes, whatever the case. The deadline is January 31st. And that is actually why I started the podcast over this episode, because it's time sensitive. So like I said, guys, look and think back, jog your memory. Did I pay somebody some money when I got my sync money in? Did I give a Cowriter some coin? Because if so, you're going to be on the hook if you don't file the required forms by January 31st. Bubble on deck.
Look, if you're broke, don't talk to me. I said if you're broke, you can't talk to me.